Hi guys, thanks for tuning in to another episode of Nuggets News. In this video I want to cover another really exciting project, and that's Salt. Now these guys are creating cryptocurrency blockchain-backed loans. So secure a loan using your cryptocurrency as collateral to back that loan. Now Salt itself stands for Secured Automated Lending Technology, and I'll talk about that blockchain platform or protocol that they've created, which allows you to use multiple cryptocurrencies to secure loans in multiple fiat currencies. So they're trying to break down all these barriers to entry and level the playing field, further legitimizing cryptocurrency as a real-world asset. So using that cryptocurrency to secure a loan in an easy, fast process, no credit checks, competitive interest rates. They've scrapped the fees for creating loans, closing loans, early repayment or ongoing monthly fees. Okay, they've got rid of all that, and they've really made it an easy way for the average person to get a bit of extra cash on the side without having to sell your cryptocurrency. You get that back at the end of the loan once it's paid off. Now, they want to streamline every step of this process, put the focus back on the borrower rather than the bank, automating those borrowers with their network of lenders, which I'll talk about as well. And this is all done in a fully audited, secure manner. They use multi-sig technology, so you can borrow with confidence, as they say there. So the team behind it, a quality team with a wealth of experience. You guys know I'm a huge fan of Eric Voorhees and all he does for the community. Click on any of these individuals if you want more detail, but the team of developers and marketers is now up to 25. But the partnerships here are the big key to the success of this project. So Shapeshift, Exodus, Jax, you're going to recognize plenty of names on this list. We've recently seen the Bank of Mauritius embrace this project, so partnering with Salt in order to use these blockchain assets as collateral for loans. So this is already making inroads in the real world. Now this is their timeline. So they were founded in 2016. They've recently had their ICO, hoping to have the working product rolled out before the end of the year, and then next year roll out friendly APIs and developer tools to allow for mass adoption and seamless integration with current business models. So they raised $55 million in their ICO. This is a breakdown of how they're going to use that. Obviously, a lot of this has gone into getting that backbone of the technology working really well. They're working within regulatory and legal frameworks, so starting off in the US, but looking to expand throughout Europe and Africa there. And obviously, I know my subscribers, a lot of which are from Australia, are going to want access to this. And it's all going to depend on the local jurisdiction laws and frameworks, and we'll see how governments react with this. But these guys are working closely with the relevant corporations or governments, I guess, to make sure that this is going to work and be a seamless customer experience. So who's going to use this? So a lot of you guys are going to be just interested in that long-term loan facility, but this is also going to be useful for day traders, plenty of business and enterprise real-world use case examples there. There's 3 tiers, and as I said, the Salt token is an ERC20 token, Ethereum token, that's going to give you access to all these facilities, and you're going to use that Salt token as membership to access this. So the first tier of basic membership gets you access to up to $10,000 US for terms of 3 months to 24 months. Now the premier tier up to 100 grand, as well as lines of credit, multiple fiat currencies, longer terms there or shorter terms. If you're a day trader, you just want to borrow a large sum for an hour. And then obviously the top tier, enterprise, over $1 million. You do have to contact them individually and negotiate the terms for those large amounts. So here's a list of the benefits from the different tiers. They are bringing out their own hardware wallet, merchandise, portfolio management for these upper tiers, early access to new products. I'll touch on these credit cards and debit cards. So I know there's been a lot of hiccups for these companies that are trying to make it easier for us to spend our cryptocurrency in the real world. And whoever can break down these barriers to entry first to make it a friendly user experience, there's going to be huge market demand. So obviously not direct competition with a lot of these card providers, but being able to use your crypto as a form of collateral to get a line of credit is obviously something that there's going to be plenty of interest in moving forward. Here's just a sneak peek of their user interface. This is just a demo. These numbers are going to change. I'm not sure when this, we haven't got an exact date for when this is going to be rolled out for public use, but they have said, look, before the end of the year, we're hoping to have this rolled out for US lenders. So how does this all work? So the lenders post the terms, so the interest rate, which they're willing to loan at, I guess, and then the members can select a loan that best suits their needs. The lenders commit the cash, so I'll talk about who can lend as well, and then the members post their cryptocurrencies or tokens, their blockchain assets into that multi-sig contract to keep it nice and secure for the term of the loan. The funds are then deposited into the member's bank account, and those assets are used as collateral for the loan. The member makes monthly repayments to pay down that loan. Once it's repaid in full, they get their cryptocurrency back. So let's just run through a real world example. So let's say you want to borrow 100 grand for 1 year, 10% interest rate. That's going to break it down into 12 monthly repayments of around $9,000. That represents principal and interest for that $100,000 loan. Now their loan to value ratios are 80%, so you have to put up $125,000 worth of Bitcoin to secure that loan. Now each month when these payments are made, that basically improves the risk profile for the lender as they pay down the outstanding amount. But where this gets interesting is the fluctuations in cryptocurrency. So let's say that your Bitcoin goes down in value. Now that's going to increase the loan to value ratio in this example, and this is where their technology, so their oracle that they've created, then issues a collateral maintenance notice. So think of it as a margin call of sorts, where they send you an SMS and an email saying that you need to either add additional cryptocurrency or make a larger loan repayment. And if you don't do either of those in the allotted time period, then they will be forced to sell a percentage of your cryptocurrency you used as collateral to pay the loan down back to that 80% loan to value ratio, which keeps both the lender, I guess, happy and keeps their risk at a nice round level. So that's how this technology works. They've done plenty of back testing on this oracle. It is going to be interesting to see how this all plays out in the real world, as we know cryptocurrency is prone to large fluctuations in price. Plenty of good info here on their frequently asked questions. So I'm not going to run through it all in this video, but there's plenty of answers there if you've got specific questions. So I want to touch on how you become a lender, because there's lots of misinformation out there and people saying that this is a way for you to lend and earn money, but that's not right. So individuals, non-accredited investors, are not eligible to lend. So this is a way for you to borrow on the SALT platform. So only accredited investors who meet the SALT suitability requirements can then invest, and this is all done, as I said, within the SEC's regulatory framework. The next thing I just want to touch on was the ICO structure. So there was 3 tiers. So tokens sold at $3, $5, and $7.50, but then it later came out that the SALT project had actually sold a large amount of SALT tokens at 25 cents and 75 cents to early investors. So it's important just to be aware that those tokens out there, those investors are sitting on a large profit. Maybe that puts somewhat of a cap on the price, in the short to medium term. But I certainly think long term, if this project works well, there's going to be huge market demand for this, and those SALT tokens are going to increase in value if more people use this platform, and it is necessary to get membership and get access to all these different loan facilities that are going to expand as well moving forward. So another question that we get a lot is, how does this all work from a regulatory framework? So it is really important to recognize that the terms are going to be legal within the local jurisdiction of business. So they have jumped through all the right hoops so far. They're working closely with government bodies to make sure this is all above board, but it's certainly going to depend on the local laws as to whether or not individuals are able to access their different loan facilities. So keep a close eye on that, whatever country that you are in. So as I said, the token peaked out at around $7.50. There's a lot of hype and excitement around this token. Not so long ago, the price has dropped off quite a bit, trading as low as the low $2, but now trading back around $3. Maybe there was a bit of a worry about those cheap tokens that got issued early. I think this is a decent long-term project. There's plenty to like about it. So scrapping the fees, they're still doing those the anti-money laundering, know your customer checks, so it's all above board, but breaking down those barriers to entry, making it nice and easy for the average person to secure a loan. Huge market demand for ways to use your cryptocurrency, as I said, further legitimizing this as a real world asset, and there's plenty to like about this project. I think it's definitely one that I'd love to see thrive and succeed in the future, as I said, to further legitimize cryptocurrency. So please hit like, subscribe if you haven't already, share these videos around, and as always, thanks for tuning in, guys. Cheers.